Oh, snap! It's another Snap review from the Family Gamers.
Inspector Mouse needs your help. He's put a lot of crooks behind bars, but now these criminal masterminds are planning a great escape. You'll need a good memory and great detective skills when the alarm goes off.
Foil the escape attempt by figuring out which criminal was the last in the cell where the escape tunnel was dug.
Who has the sharpest memory and is able to recapture the most escaped criminals?
This is a Snap review for Inspector Mouse: The Great Escape. It's an unusual memory game for 1 to 4 players ages 5 and up, designed by Marcus Nikish. It's published by HABA Games.
So Anitra, let's talk about the art in Inspector Mouse.
Sure. It's so clever. The board layout is these 3 boards sandwiched together with the help of Inspector Mouse to keep them from falling apart.
As the inner boards turn, pieces will be dropping through. You can see this hole right here. They'll be dropping through the bottom board, and eventually they'll fall onto an alarm bell.
The illustrations by Valeska Schultz will really pull kids and adults into the game. There are 15 different criminal tokens, the board design, which has even stuff buried underground for the bottom board, and even the little offices and storage rooms that are inside the box. So Andrew, let's talk about the mechanics and how you play the game.
Sure. So every player is going to get a series of mugshots and a magnifying glass. So on each turn, a single criminal goes into the open jail cell on the board. On your turn, you roll the die and you use Inspector Mouse to rotate the jailhouse in the direction shown. Keep rotating until an empty cell appears or until the alarm sounds.
If the alarm sounds, a criminal is trying to escape. Everyone tries to deduce which crook it is. Place your magnifying glass on the mugshot of the person who you think escaped. When everyone is ready, lift the game board out of the box and check who it was who landed on the alarm.
If you got it right, the criminal has been recaptured. Put a reward star in the color-coded office of each player who deduced correctly, which is inside the box, and remove the criminal tile from the game.
But if no one got it right, the criminal has made it to the getaway car. Either way, it's the next player's turn.
The game ends when the getaway car is full and everyone loses, or when the last criminal is placed back into jail. Remove the board again and count the stars in each player's office to see who won. So Anitra, what did we expect with Inspector Mouse: The Great Escape?
Well, it's a yellow box HABA game, so we figured it would not be too hard for younger kids to play, and fun for all ages.
Yeah, we also figured it would have great tactile pieces, which is true. Inspector Mouse and the die are wood.
And the reward stars are this little plastic piece, and the alarm bell is super cool. It's just a little piece of metal, but it makes a really good clink every time that you hit it with something.
Also, I was super excited to see the inside of this box with this grid, because you know what that means? This is a game that cleans up while you play.
Yes, it is.
But just like the basement underground, there's a lot of things that surprised us about this game.
Well, first of all, it's so exciting, even as an adult, to hear the little plunk of a possible escaping criminal on the alarm bell.
There's actually a lot of suggestions in the rulebook about ways to make this easier for the youngest players in your family. Use fewer criminals.
Or be cooperative.
Or cooperative, or even more challenging if you want.
I particularly liked the Who's the Boss mode, in which you start with a face-down criminal in the getaway car. At the end of the game, everybody guesses who it is after all the other criminals have been seen.
That is so much stress.
And win bonus points.
Unbelievable. Oof. The memory and the attention that are needed make this a challenging game for younger kids. It was a challenging game for me. Granted, I was only 1 cup of coffee in. But it was hard to remember all of the different criminals that were inside as you're turning Inspector Mouse back and forth.
Conversely, it can be too easy sometimes if you end up with die rolls that leave you rotating the board one way and then the other way, one way and the other way. So it's always the last criminal put in is the next one who tries to escape. That part all comes down to luck. One last shout out for the immersiveness of the art in this game. I mean, I expect good art from a HABA game, but this one really raises the bar.
It's great. This board, it's so clever, this 3-level spinning board. There's no snaps to put together or anything like that. It just comes right apart when you're done. It's fantastic. So Anitra, do we recommend Inspector Mouse: The Great Escape?
I wholeheartedly recommend this for a parent to play with their younger child, like 5, 6, 7 years old. So it's best at 2 players for the younger crowd, and it's best really at 4 players for a mix of older kids and adults.
You will forget. The first couple of
Yes.
things that you put in here, you think you're going to remember everything.
No.
Nope. When you start turning that back and forth, it's all over. So, Nitra, what are we going to rate Inspector Mouse: The Great Escape from HABA?
I think we should give it 4 reward stars out of 5. And that's Inspector Mouse: The Great Escape
In a snap.